Leviticus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you in our Family Leisure Studios, and plenty to get to when it comes to Major League Baseball, but maybe nothing more important than something that I think a lot of people have been looking forward to this year, and that is the idea of Paul Skeens being called up from AAA, where he started the season. Obviously has looked really, really good. I think gave up his first home run of the season in the last game, and it was only a game or two before that he even gave up his first run of the season. Had been looking really, really dominant to start the season, but he's officially been called up by the Pirates, and so I think I saw he'll make his first start on Saturday against the Cubs. So definitely something I think a lot of people have been looking forward to, but now we'll see it. Paul Skeens getting ready to make his Major League debut.
And that'll be at home, and there'll be a lot of Cub fans there, too, but that could be the biggest crowd for the Pirates since their home opener at that great ballpark at PNC Park that just hadn't seen a lot of winning through the years, nothing consistent, intermittent at best, and that's being kind since they opened that ballpark, and it is a showplace. It is among all the new ballparks that look retro, that look old, but feel and cost new. It or San Francisco is the best two I've been in. I hadn't been in them all, but I've been in a bunch of them, and it is some kind of special. That setting, and it's right there by Acrisure Stadium, right by where the Steelers play, and you cross the famed Clemente Bridge to get there. It is some setting, but he goes Saturday night, and they need him for box office. They need him for everything.
Oh, no, they absolutely do. And, this is an interesting team for the Pirates. They had a really good start to the season, but I think we all kind of assumed that would kind of fizzle out, and it certainly has. But they have young pieces. They've got some fun young players. Lost by one earlier today against the Angels, but he'll certainly give them a spark and kind of this build-up for him nationally and certainly there in Pittsburgh will make for a really, really good atmosphere on Saturday. Brett, don't look now. Only one game going on currently. A lot that have already ended. Don't look now. Oakland Athletics, America's team, Brett, is up 6-4 over the Texas Rangers in the bottom of the seventh.
Yeah, and they have a doubleheader today.
They do, yeah, with that having to make up a game. And so they'll go right after that. Jack Leiter going to be out there again for Texas. He made his first start a couple of weeks back, so he'll be on the mound against the A's. So we'll play two, and I think you probably feel really good if you are a Rangers bettor after this first game. Maybe double down on that second game and see if they can do
Big
the
goal
old do the old split in a doubleheader. Wow, A's just tacked on 3 more runs. I guess a home run here in the bottom of the seventh to make it 9-4 over the Rangers.
Young Mr. Leiter's ERA. He toes the rubber tonight. Ooh. With a 17.18 ERA.
It's not an
17.18.
Not an ERA you want by your name.
Just get anybody out in the first, it'll drop two or three runs.
That's right. I mean, it will plummet if you can just be pretty clean through that first
if he goes 5 strong, it really falls.
Yeah, so we'll see. His first outing was certainly shaky. There were definitely things I think you liked. There were things that definitely could work on. So we'll see maybe how he comes out tonight against the Oakland A's, and if he had any idea of what it would be like pitching against the A's. I think in years past you'd think, this will be an easy outing, but now a little different with how the A's have been playing this year.
Extremely early for Major League Baseball. We're not even too close to the quarter pole yet, but we're getting there. And last year we saw the Cub collapse late that cost David Ross his job and led to them hiring Craig Counsell. Do you think this year, except for injuries, do you think they have the staying power to punch a postseason ticket?
Yeah, it's a good question. I just don't know. Sometimes I watch this team and they look really good. And obviously, like you said, still really early to even kind of know much about these teams and what they'll do late. But there are times I watch this team, I go, wow, this team is really good, really fun. And then there's other times I look at them and I say they have a lot of holes. They are not as complete of a team as I thought they were. Certainly today was not their best showing. Got only one hit today against the Padres. But I think.
When did that hit come? I didn't track it. Were we ever on no hitter alert?
I don't actually know. I missed most of this
me too.
game. But I think this division goes through Milwaukee.
I was working on those golf picks in that top 10 in the NBA.
Well, certainly plenty to work on today when it comes to all of the things we've had today. I'm trying to find third inning.
Padres at 20-20 for Mike Shield.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but certainly those fans, I think, not just this year, but with what these last couple of seasons have been, I think have definitely expected more from this team, and now kind of back to where they were. But I do like the pickup that they got with Luis Arias. I think he'll be a fun addition to that team.
I do too. And the Marlins, early and often early sellers.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of gone
Phillies
real
lose
south
today, but they're good. They lose to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they've been red hot up until today.
I still love the Blue Jays collection, but I've loved it for years now, and it really hadn't cashed anything.
Well, that's another team. Certainly haven't been kind of the flashy, going out, making the trades like the Padres, but I think you look at this lineup for the Blue Jays, and you expect more. You expect a lot of postseason success. You expect them to be kind of at the top, and they just really haven't been able to do that.
And one of the good stories of this very young season, it's Cleveland. Win today, 24-13 for a first-year manager. And the American League Central, it had the question marks in it, similar to the National League Central. Mm-hmm. I think it's a little better.
I do too. I do.
And the National League Central, not as bad as I thought it would be.
Sure. Yeah, I think both are certainly better. I mean, both were just awful last year. But no, Guardians have really shown a lot and playing really, really good baseball. And I think you could say maybe the opposite of like I was saying about some of these teams we talked about. But